everyone, it's Amy at Three Corners Farm, and I recently noticed that Travis, my husband, is making a lot more videos than me, and I can't let him win. So I'm here to play catch up today. And today I kind of have been wanting to share with you anyway a little story about the animals, because while he's really good at the produce part of our world, my specialty is the animals. I just love them dearly. So when we first moved to this little property in 2019, the summer of 2019, we brought with us our horse, Willow. She's a 21-year-old mare, and she does have a history of founder previous to us, which means she has a metabolic disorder. And she had been stabled when we lived in town. But we bought property just for her, just so that she could come out and have a happy retirement. So we put her in a round pen to start with, and we built the pasture around her. When she was able to go out into the pasture, she stood alone in one corner, and it was very obvious and evident that she was just lonely and depressed and sad. People around us noticed, our new neighbors noticed, and they would often stop and feed her treats. And it became very concerning to me when one day I happened to be driving by and I saw a lovely lady carrying like a Walmart bag, and she was feeding Willow candy. And for a metabolic disorder, it almost made my heart stop. And I realized at that moment I had a decision to make. I could be very angry and yell at people to stop feeding the horse or put a sign to stop feeding the horse, but I'm too nice for that. So I decided to post a sign and a note out front explaining why. Eventually, I also found a companion for Willow the horse in the form of a goat, a little Nigerian dwarf goat named Clover. And the fun thing about Clover is that both Willow and Clover have nature names, and they both have white coats with brown patches. And they immediately bonded, and it was adorable. Not only did we love this, but everyone around the neighborhood loved it too. So eventually I added treats in a box, thanks to Travis, who built a board for me. The treats in the bucket are what I call safe treats, because they're low sugar, low starch treats that the horse, the pony, and the goat can all have. And then I put a limit on it because I count it into their diet. So they can only have so many treats per day. But people know that when the box is empty, they've had their fill for the day, and people can pet the animals or take pictures instead. That I could put signs up. I actually laminate them, and I put little signs and notices on the board. So Willow has her own page that tells her name and age and her story. So does Chewy, since we have Chewy now. He's the pony that we added to our gang, and also Clover the goat. So not only do they have postings of their names and ages, etc., but I add a new write-up every week that just tells a quick story about the past week's events, because right now we're really stuck on Chewy the pony with his health issues. He's had a lot of vet care over the last year. But in posting these stories and sharing them with others and teaching them things about Cushing's disease and metabolic disorders, many people had no idea. I've since learned, because they've told me when they stopped to visit, they had no idea that horses could go through these experiences. So it's a good teaching tool. I'm very aware that not all horses you could allow them to let people feed them by hand. And there is a note on the board explaining how to safely feed the animals by hand. But I am very good at finding the right matches for me, for my personality. and being able to train them to do that, to be friendly, especially because these are horses that can't be ridden, but they still have a lot of love to give and a lot of life to live. So with that said, I was just going to show you a few clips of how I post at the board and what it looks like. If you have any questions, just feel free to comment below and reach out to us. But because I have posted this on the board and shared their stories, people have donated for the cause, and I just think that's such a beautiful thing. I love taking in animals that have sort of been thrown away by people or just been misunderstood. But I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people out there who love to contribute, and some even come and see them weekly now and visit the animals. So it's been a great experience. And anyway, thanks for following along, and I'll try and get another video out soon so I can catch up to my husband. We'll see who wins this contest. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.